So this is for DB12. This is for the program.cs, so the main. And this here, the MySQL database connection string, what that does is it connects to the SQL. It makes it's so you have to have the server, so it can find the server, the user ID, the password, the database, and the port to make sure it's collecting to the correct SQL. And then we have the prompts for the username and password. And then in the try statement, we've got where we have to open the connection to MySQL, and that's the con.new MySQL connection CS, and then the con.open. And then this is here the user object, so it will be able to pull the display, and then the login for the user. So when we go to user login.cs, we've got the public user login, and then the public user login for all the user ID, first name, last name, etc. And then the public void login, this is where it'll connect to the SQL and be able to read from the data reader. And then the string username and password for what the user inputs from those two prompts in the beginning. So here we'll select everything that we need from MySQL. So it's like the username, the password encrypted, the user ID, first name, last name, the date of birth, and the occupation ID. So then if you match everything, like the username and password from MySQL, it will then show the display that we have written here, the public void display. So the console write line, user ID, username, first name, last name, password, date of birth, gender, and the occupation ID. But if you type in, say, a wrong password, it's going to pull up the login failed, because if you type the password in wrong, it's not going to match into MySQL, so it won't match. So we do we've got login successful. So it pulls up the user ID, username, first name, last name, password encrypted, date of birth, gender, occupation ID. And then if we do this again and type in, so if I type the username in wrong, I've got login failed.